Hi guys, me again. Just wanted to address a small issue that's been bugging me. Now, for as long as I've used Windows-based PCs my whole life before I got my Mac the other day, and um, what I would witness is what loads of people would slam would be Apple fanboys or girls, and they would seem to be so anal and conceited, and their attitude and stuff, just slamming PCs, well, slamming Windows PCs left, right, and centre. And buy a Mac. Don't be stupid. Don't waste money on this. Buy a Mac and stuff. Oh, you're a twat for running Windows or whatever. Windows sucks ass. Every version of Windows sucks ass. Always has sucked ass. Mac and Mac OS 10 is the best. It always will be the best. Blah blah blah. And that annoyed the fuck out of me. That would still annoy the fuck out of me, even though I'm now a Mac user myself. And I'll tell you, I love, so far my experience, I love this Mac. I love it. It just seems to work perfectly for me. But yeah. So that always annoyed me. But what I've noticed recently, while I was doing some of my research before actually getting my Mac, and since I've got my Mac, what I've noticed during a little online, research and just I've noticed it mostly around YouTube, but basically anywhere on the net. It seems more of the reverse now, or let's just say PC people give as good as they get, if not worse. Because all I have seen now, which is surprising considering over recent years or whatever, the Macs have got far superior, especially since OS 10 Leopard, Stone Leopard and whatever, Macs are much better. I've just seen so many people slamming on the Mac, slamming on Apple and stuff, and on PC and stuff. And the points they make, they're not even valid. Oh, well, PCs are far better for gaming. Well, for starters, that's inaccurate because Mac is still a PC in a way. Windows PCs are much better for gaming. There's far more games for Windows. True. Windows is a primary development platform for games, mostly because most people are using Windows, because most people are forced into Windows, or Mac is a scary idea for people because they've not used it before. So there's still plenty of people who won't even try a Mac. So yeah, most games run on Windows. However, saying a Mac can't do it, a Mac, OS 10 for starters. There's tons of games nowadays that are developed also for OS 10. Or, there's probably some OS 10 specific games out there as well. But, some of the big games, i.e. Spore, I think there's a few Call of Duty games or whatever, and other ones that have Mac versions. And for the ones that don't, you have the likes of using Boot Camp to boot into Windows on your Mac. You don't have the option to install and boot into Mac OS 10 on your PC. On your Windows PC, sorry. And yeah, people would say, well, why bother? Windows does everything. Yeah, Windows does do everything. But if you learn it, there are some things, there are some things that, well, in my opinion at least, that OS 10 does better, as I say. But, besides the point. You don't have the option to run OS 10 on a Windows PC. Whereas, you have Boot Camp for the option to boot, install and boot into Windows on a Mac. And I've heard many people say, a lot of Mac users say, and a lot of people say that a Mac has been the best Windows PC they've used. I've not tried Boot Camp myself, but then you've also got certain emulation softwares like Wine for Mac and, other little bits. But you've also got the likes of Parallels, which I've tried out, and I have to say I love it. because it's all virtual machine based. But what it does is it kind of has this integration mode where basically it'll appear to run Windows applications, games, whatever, natively within OS 10. You're still using your OS 10, yet you've got Windows elements and Windows that you can open and run. Now, so far I've not ran them yet, but I can't see a problem with that. But so far I've installed Ragnarok Online. I've installed Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Using like Parallels trial, using Parallels, they installed flawlessly, as if I was actually in Windows or whatever, or as if they were designed for Mac. You know, this installed without a problem. The installations ran flawlessly. You know, and it recognised, it recognised, there was some kind of graphic art, acceleration hardware, etc. in there. Enough for it to kind of recognise to run. I've not tried some of the more advanced games. But then the only real kind of advanced game, that I'd even try with the hardware in here is, because the graphic card ain't that fancy anyway, is possibly Oblivion. I'll give that a try with installing and, running stuff. But, yeah, as I say, Parallels, I mean, from what I've seen of it so far, it's brilliant. That way you don't have to dual boot, you don't have to boot into Windows. You can still run your Windows programs while being within the Mac OS 10 environment. I highly recommend it so far. It isn't a free software. They do have a trial period, I believe, but it's not a free software, it's a paid software. But if you can afford it, so far I would recommend it. Especially if you have more powerful, because I've got the entry level one, which is still good spec, but not the best. But if you have the most powerful Mac or Mac Pro or more powerful Macs, I would recommend it even more, because then probably all of your Windows games you could run without much of a problem using Parallels. And some you'll have it's like I've got Spore installed. It has a native Mac OS 10 installer, so it can run on OS 10 without a problem. So, the point that, Windows PCs can run all the games and stuff, all about Mac. That point is irrelevant. Other people and stuff that have noticed problems and stuff and whatever, they're expecting it to be something they're not. Right, for starters, say, Mac claims to work out of the box and stuff, but what if you can't figure this out? Well, the sort of stuff that they're talking about, it's like changing default icons and stuff that's, kind of a preference thing, and it's not going to actually affect the running of your system and actually getting things that you want or you need to get done. That's just, something kind of, that's your prerogative, something you want to do. It's not something that, you'll need to do or whatever. It's just, display preference. And yeah, I mean, once you know how to do it, it's easy, as I say. But there are some things you're going to have to find out what to do. There is somewhat of a learning curve if you've been using Windows all your life, especially if you've never even experimented with Linux. There is going to be a slight learning curve. And yeah, not everything's going to be simple or straightforward. But if you'd never used Windows before in your life, it'd be just as complex, if not more so. And in my opinion, I think it'd be more so, because I tell you what, I've been using Windows PCs for years to finally know my way around perfectly well. I've used Mac OS 10 for about a day now, and I've almost mastered it as well as Windows. I almost know my way around perfectly already. I'm not fanboying out. I'm not going to be one of them anal people and oh, you're a twat for using Windows. I've been using Windows. Windows 7 is a good operating system. It's the best thing Microsoft have put out. But OS 10 is also, especially since Leopard, is also a damn good operating system. I prefer it. I'm not going to be anal and say it's better. It's, that depends on your preference, to some level. There are some elements I'd say are better. But I prefer OS 10 so far from what I've been using. And what makes it worse is they do the same thing as these Apple fanboys that so many PC users also hate, In fact, they probably do it worse. Oh, you're a fag for using, Macs and stuff. Oh, you're a twat for using them. Oh, poor you. You've bought a Mac. You've wasted your money. What a fool. So far, from what I've seen, the cheapest iMac, with the one I purchased, I've not wasted my money. So far, I've been seeing my money's worth. It's brilliant. I mean, look at this. I'm recording this video blog. I'm recording this. I've not had to install or connect anything. All I've had to fucking do to record it is turn the Mac on. And basically, open photo booth, open a program, and, just hit the record button. That's it. Built-in mic, already preset. Built-in webcam, already preset. Perfect quality. I mean, it's night time at the moment, and it's night time at the moment. It's dark out, but as soon as I turn my light on and stuff, perfectly good enough. The eyesight cam right up there, it works. It works flawlessly. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but there are some things that are just, what PC would you get with a built-in? Yeah, some laptops have built-in, but I'm not counting them. What standard Windows desktop PC includes a built-in built-in webcam and a built-in mic that work brilliantly, has all the hardware and everything integrated into the monitor. So the only things you would buy, the only things you'd have to get, you'd have boxed up. The only parts you'll have is one kind of monitor, with all the hardware of everything inside it, and then your keyboard, which, in case of a Mac is tiny as hell anyway, I already showed it you, and a mouse. That's it. PC, you'll have your tower with all your random bits of hardware and stuff, whatever that can be pretty heavy. You're going to have your heavy monitor. And then you're going to have your keyboard and mouse and such. I mean, just Windows PC users, lay off Mac users. If they want to use a Mac, they want to use a Mac. Not all of us Mac users will slam on you for using a Windows PC. I mean, I could just as well do it. And I could just as well give many reasons why Windows is crap and why you're an idiot for using a Windows PC, if I wanted to be, but I'm not that kind of person. So guys, please, stop being fuckheads and stop being all like, oh, you're a dozy cunt, oh, you're a twat, oh, you're an idiot for using Mac, you're using a Mac, it makes you a fag, oh, you've wasted your money, or, oh, Windows PCs are this much better. You use a Windows PC, you're a Windows user, you're a PC, that's your prerogative, that's fine. I condone that. I mean, I don't, I've got nothing to say about that, that's fine. If that's what you want to use. I used Windows PCs all my life up until when I got this Mac. So I can't say much. If you're a Mac user, good on you. You prefer a Mac, Macs work with you. I think the problem with Windows PC users that do all this slamming is they're afraid of change. Things with a Mac, as soon as you buy a Mac, it's a whole new ball game. It's a completely different experience. I mean, I didn't get it right off the bat, and I'm a fucking PC whiz. I mean, I've, pretty much figured it out now, but I'm still don't know everything. There's still some things I'm going to pick up, but mostly it's, kind of software, it's available and stuff, because I've only used a Mac before. But, I mean, it's a whole completely different experience. Some people aren't ready for that. There's many people out there that are shit scared of change. And I mean, they might deny it, but it's true. They're so afraid of change. They're so afraid of something different. And when you've got something that's a whole new computing experience for them, they can't handle it. And if something doesn't run or doesn't work, exactly, or with the same simplicity, it's probably as simple as, but if something doesn't work with the same simplicity as on Windows, if something doesn't work the same, they'll lash out. because that's all I know that it can do. Anyway, I've ranted for long enough. Hopefully you get my point. This is Jay Untar. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.